Okay, hello Miss. How are you?
I am great actually. How are you? What time is it over there?
Now it's 8 p.m. What about in your country?
8 in the morning. Wow.
Yeah, it's morning.
Here it is 8 in the evening.
Oh no, in the evening. Okay. But first of all, we would like to say thank you so
Right
much,
now it is 8 p.m. Yeah.
for helping us, and I'm sorry for disturbing your time. And I think it will be
No,
better,
don't worry.
yeah, for us to introduce ourselves first. Okay. My name is Nadhira Zaidatur.
And my name is Nabila Farah.
Okay, thank you. Okay, Miss. Probably. Can you introduce yourself first?
Absolutely, absolutely, yes. It's very nice to meet you, Nadira. Very nice to meet you, Nabila. My name is Valeria Teves. I am I'm an English teacher, and it's very nice to be here with you guys.
Okay, nice. Thank you, Miss. Thank you. I think. Can we start the interview now, Miss?
Absolutely, yes.
Okay. Okay, Nabila.
Okay, for the first question is, as we know from your Instagram account, you are a teacher. How was your journey to be a teacher like now?
Oh, well, I've started teaching when I was back in primary school, when I was just a child, because I think English was easy for me since the beginning because I've been practicing all the time. Like my mom taught me English when I was very young, so I had been practicing my English since a very young age. And in my classroom in Peru, well, in Peru we speak Spanish as a first language, so English was taught as a second language since what first grade in primary, right? So some of my classmates were struggling and they would ask me for help. And I remember those days being able to help my classmates with their English homework and stuff. And I don't know, enjoying myself, right? So when I grew up and I was in university, I decided to start working as a teacher, as an English teacher, as a side job because I went to university to study psychology, right? So I wanted to make extra money, so I started giving English lessons to some of my friends, and classmates. So that's how I started back in 2010, probably 2010. And then in 2020, sorry, in then 2013, I started taking my English methodology classes, right, to actually become an English teacher. And that's how it started.
Wow, that's good. But Miss, actually, what is your reason? Why you should be a teacher? Why not other profession and such like that?
Oh, because at the beginning I didn't consider being a teacher as my profession, I never saw it as my main job, I just thought I should be a psychologist. Psychology is great. And I am already a psychologist, actually. I finished my university, but I don't work as a psychologist. I just stuck with teaching, and I am very far from being a psychologist. Like I finished university, but when I finished my university, I was already an English teacher. So I decided to continue doing that. And psychology is just like it, I have a degree and everything, but I don't really work doing that.
So that's mean you enjoyed your profession, yes.
Yes, definitely.
Okay.
Okay, when you become a teacher, you have challenge, and how did you overcome the challenge?
Yes, definitely. I mean, well, as a teacher, my challenges were basically with younger students, but not the challenges were not with the students per se, but with their parents, right? I really don't get along with parents that much, so definitely having to deal with parents was probably the most challenging aspect of the job, right? So to overcome this challenge, I would go to my bosses or to my supervisors to let them know that some parents are very demanding, because there are sometimes that parents want their students to get a specific grade, or they don't understand why their child is not doing that well, and they demand for a lot. So that's probably the biggest challenge of being a teacher, right? The hustle that you have to do with parents, definitely.
Okay, nice, Miss. Actually, that are there any memorable moment as a teacher?
Sorry, can you repeat your question?
Are there memorable moment as a teacher?
Oh, well, a memorable moment as a teacher, I would say, well, um, the thing is that the memorable moments come in a long period, right? It's not like a moment, but it's seeing the process or seeing the product from a process. For example, I don't know, I teach children and also teach adults, right? And with adults, sometimes pronunciation is the biggest struggle. But when I've seen adults to really master the English pronunciation of the consonants, of the vowels, right? I am the happiest. And sometimes my tips really work. When I see that my tips and my recommendations work, and for me that is like $1 million. I really feel so great when my suggestions work, because sometimes, I mean, and this is actually something that I'll always tell other teachers, right? Like, you learn a lot from your like from your training as a teacher, but definitely you learn so much more from the experience of teaching. And definitely there are some things that are that come from the experience that, oh my god, I would like to teach other instructors as well, right? Because it's so cool. So sometimes when I use my experience into helping students, I think that's for me that's the most memorable thing when that actually works.
So actually, what is your method when to make a student are interested in your teaching?
Oh, well, I try my best to make the students comfortable around me, like, uh, not to present myself as their friend or their entertainer, not really, but to let them know that it's okay to make mistakes. Like, this is like a training space, more like a gym, if you think about it. Like, somewhere where you are supposed to be training what you want to master, and I am just a guide for that. So as long as I allow myself also to make mistakes and to show the challenging things of learning English, right? Because, like, it's also my second language. So definitely there are some things that are complicated to learn or to actually master from English. So when I let myself show that, I think students feel comfortable around me. So I think that would be my technique, right? Like, letting students know that there are some things that with practice you can get. Or, for example, what I usually talk about is the fact that when I have to write for evaluations, like writing in English, I think that's my biggest struggle. And I let them know, hey, you know how to practice writing. It's important because you don't want to be like me, like I struggle every time that I try to write in English, right? So for me that's what works, right?
Oh, nice, good.
Okay, after you have shared about your experience as a teacher, do you have any suggestion for those of us who want to become teachers?
Sure, absolutely. My best suggestion would be always take notes. Always, always, always take notes. Like, when you're with a classroom, try to take notes about how you present stuff. Like, when you are teaching vocabulary about something and you are not sure if this is going to work, take notes about the results of your techniques. Maybe those notes might be helpful in the future, or whenever a student wants to, like, when a student asks a tricky question that you don't really know the answer about, if you come up with an answer, try to take notes on that, because that is going to be useful in the future. Notes is probably the best advice I could give, to take notes of everything you discover in your classes, because of course when you're teaching, you are still learning and improving your technique, right? So with notes you can remember that. And also be aware of what students need. That's also something that I would really suggest. Like, if you see a student struggling, even if they don't say it, but if they show it, try to always keep that in mind, especially if you're teaching groups, right? Because if you're teaching individual students, that might be different, because with individual students sometimes they feel comfortable and they let you know when something is up. but when you're teaching groups like classrooms of 10, 15, 20 students, that might be well, it might be too easy to ignore students, and you don't want that to happen. So yeah, try to address every time that you see a student struggling. That would be my other suggestion.
Okay, thank you, Miss. And it's one more question. Should what skill that should we have before becoming a teacher? If we wanna a teacher,
Oh,
if we wanna be a teacher.
sure, absolutely. Problem solving. Problem solving, that would be the best skill that you could get, because sometimes like stuff happens randomly. Like, it could happen it may come from anywhere, like uh, technical problems in the classroom, a student that doesn't bring a book, or a student that starts crying for something, or a student that experiences anxiety for exams. Like, many things can happen in a classroom. So if you have the problem solving skill, like, you're fast into finding a solution, or dealing with problems in real time, students feel more comfortable around you, they trust you more, and definitely you have a safer environment for your students as well. So I think the problem solving skill would be the one that has helped me the most as well.
Okay, thank you, Miss. It was a great meeting and nice to see you, Miss. Okay, probably that's enough for our interview. But before we close our interview today, may I take a picture, Miss?
Sure, absolutely, absolutely.
Okay. Okay. One, two, three. One more. Like this?
All right.
Wait. One, two, three. Okay. Thank you, Miss.
No, you're welcome. Thank you, girls.
Yeah,
Thank
Thank you
you,
very much.
Miss.
so what is
Thank
your
you. Have a
activity
good one.
today, actually, Miss?
Sorry.
What is your activity today?
Well, today, it's 8 in the evening already, so nothing more. Today was just closing my day, and of course, I'm making more videos for my social media.
Okay. Thank you, Miss.
Thank you, girls. Have a good one, and good luck with everything.
Bye-bye.
Goodbye. See you.
See you.